Hey guys, Ben with KCT here, aka Dig Melanite. Now today I've got a really cool quality of life improvement video for you. If you own one of these, the Votatu V840 light laser combos, or you're thinking about one, I've got, well, a pretty good hack that's a good life improvement thing for this unit. So before we get into all that, let's like, share, comment, and subscribe together as a team because, well, the channel needs it, and so do I. The validation of little numbers going up, just serotonin bubbles, it's awesome. So, getting to the unit here. This is one of the coolest light and laser units you can find on Amazon for like $100. I've got 3 of these so far. Not 3 because they suck and they've had it all go back to warranty, but 3 because I've actually bought 3 of them. They're pretty cool for about $95. So I noticed recently when I was out at the range sighting one of these in that the clicks on one of the adjustments was getting a little mushy. And the laser did have a wandering zero, and it took about 90 rounds on a 10.5 inch muzzle brake 5.56 to shift that zero around, and even still it was only a couple inches at about 50 yards, which, okay, fine. It's not super great, but it's not super terrible either. But I tried the windage here, and the windage adjustments had clicks to them, and the elevation didn't. So I started wondering, well, what's going on with that? Well, the thing is there are a pair of set screws up in the front here, and I'll show those to you in just a second, that actually tighten down on the adjustment screws for the windage and the elevation independently, and that's actually how you can set the tension for your windage and your elevation adjustments. So what that means is you can get your dope dialed in, put it wherever you want to, have that laser zeroed just like you like it, and it will stay there more so than it would with the detents backed out. Now, I've gone through the manual. They don't show anything on the manual about it. We will, of course, double check that, but there's been nothing in the manual that I've seen that shows anything about that detent being a thing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the detents a little more closely, and we'll see what I mean as far as tightening those down and getting your zero to stay where you want it. All right, so here's the instructions. Pause that if you need to, but nowhere on there does that show anything about the detents that we're going to be looking at here. In fact, when it goes to the adjustments, it simply says beam calibration, and then it gives you the windage and elevation knobs there, and tells you to adjust from there. What we're looking at here are these guys right here. There's one there and one there. If you look here, the top one, which is my elevation, is sticking out further. You see it there. Sticking out further than the windage. So what you do is take a couple Allen wrenches. You'll need one, it's really tiny, one that is not so tiny, and we can hear, if we use an Allen wrench here, the elevation, or the windage, which is the more tighter turret, we can hear audibly the clicks. Now let's go to the elevation. You can hear them a little bit, because I tightened it down. But we'll go ahead and tighten this down here real quick. A tiny Allen wrench until we feel a little bit of tension. Now, my understanding is that we wouldn't want to go too far because we don't want to damage the elevation or windage adjustments. So now Like, that's tight to the point where it doesn't even want to turn. So, yeah, it's not even turning. It's the wrench is just spinning. This unit, I believe I got it used. When it came, there's a couple things going on with it that I thought that maybe somebody had gone ahead and used this before. So we'll back this out a little bit. And there. Now we're getting really solid clicks on the detent there. So what you want to do is go ahead and get that zeroed in to where you like it, and go ahead and tighten that down with a little Allen wrench. Again, this is for your elevation and this is for your windage there. And those two screws right up front will take care of you there. And once those are tightened in, you should have no problem with wandering zero. Your dope should stay and have no issues. So if you have this unit and you have wandering zero, check out your screws up front. See if they are, in fact, a little bit loose and need to be tightened down. Then make sure your dope's good. Tighten them down very gently. By the time you feel resistance, at least on mine, that's when you're not able to turn the adjustments at all. So you might need to back it out a little bit, but don't just go in there and just reef on it and then, you know, expect everything to be okay, because you're probably going to snap something inside the unit and then be unable to adjust it at all. So that is a quality of life tip improvement for these things. Everything else has been good. I've got contact from Votatu saying that the mounts that they originally shipped on some of these were defective and it did not hold zero, and that by that I mean the Picatinny mount. I've not had any issues with that. I mean, literally, if anything's moving, it's literally the upper and lower receivers to my gun. When it's mounted up, say okay. So I wouldn't worry about that. If you have one of these, they will take care of you if you need it. But if you are on the fence about purchasing one of these, there is a way to get that to hold zero even under recoil. And this has been mounted on 5.56, 300 blackout, that good stuff, and it is working just fine, or all three of them are working just fine. So go out there, pick one of these up if you want. If you don't want to, whatever. And yeah, rest assured you have a way to actually make sure that that dope stays. Chef's kiss. Guys, that's all I got for you today. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. More for you later. See ya.